Hello, everyone. Let's get started on our new lessons for the month of April. It's going to be overemployment, and we will get into our story about getting a job. But first, I want to go through this PowerPoint that I created. So a lot of times people before they start employment, they start volunteering. And here's a couple of the places that Pathways students have been volunteering at. So here we have the outdoor campus where they go fill bird feeders. And some of you might have done this in the past. Some of you might still be doing this when we're in session, but outdoor campus was one area. The next one is Feeding South Dakota. So this is the stock room there where they organize different goods and put them into packs to help feed families. Dress for Success is another area. Some of the students at Dress for Success might have helped out with doing sorting jewelry, putting outfits together for interviews and that type of thing. Dress for Success is another area that people go to get appropriate or nice interview clothing if they are unable to afford it, if they don't have money to afford it because they're looking for a job for those purposes to make money. And then the banquet. The banquet is another area that a lot of you guys volunteer at by rolling silverware, wiping down tables and chairs. So those are a few of the volunteer opportunity experiences that you have been through. So when you decide that you want to go from volunteering at a job, at a position to getting a job that pays, it might be because you want to start making money. And after you work for a week or two at a place, you want to get a paycheck. And that paycheck you can cash for money that you can spend on things or you can put into your bank account. But what do you have to do to be able to have a job? Well, first, you need to create a resume. And this is one area that a lot of you work on at Pathways, especially in Katie's room at Pathways South. And in this area, you are able to put in your skills, where you have gone to school, your volunteer experiences, if you have a voc rehab counselor and have an open VR file, this is also really good information to put in there, and your VR counselor can help you with that, or Katie and I can help you with that. Then the next thing you would do is seek out areas that you would like to work. And we're going to talk about more of these types of areas this month. So you would fill out an application for employment. You would put in, a lot of times you would go to the place where they would give you the paper, or you could go online and you put in all your information, like your name, your address, your education again, the position you're applying for, when you can start working, how much money you would like to make. And just because you put in a certain amount for the amount of money you want to make, it doesn't always mean that's what you would get if you were to receive the position. But they can kind of see if you're on the same page. If you're saying you want to make $30 an hour and it's a position that starts at 15, they might decide you probably aren't the right fit for this position, or that they wouldn't be able to afford you and your work. So this is just some information. You would put your last name and your first name, your address, your phone number, your email address, your social security number, which the person that supports you should have. And this is a number that you don't want to just throw around, but they do need it to look up your work history. And if you are able to give it to them, you needed to have it so you can get paid. Now, in addition to that, after you fill out an application to the place you want to work, you might get called for an interview. And an interview is just having a conversation with the person that works there. You would tell them your strengths, some of your needs, what you can offer this company, why you want to work there, and what you can bring to their company. So they want to know how you can benefit them. How are you going to be helpful in the work environment? And what have you done in the past to prepare yourself to make yourself really of value to them while you're working. Why should they hire you? So that they are paying you to do your job. So keeping that stuff in mind, we will go into looking at getting a job. So we talked about volunteering, and that means working without pay. That's a lot of stuff that we put on our VR reports for you. Those are the types of things you do now. An internship, which is a temporary work experience to learn job skills. And some people get paid for these, some people don't. When I did my student teaching, I did not get paid for that. It was an internship that I was learning job skills and learning how to become a teacher and get better skills at teaching. And I did not get paid for that, but some people do end up getting paid for their internships. It just really depends on the company and the type of internship it is. And not all of you will have internships, and that's okay. Transition team is a group of people who help you meet your adult independence goals. So each of you has a team at Pathways and at Lifescape that helps give input into your future and planning for your IEPs, the type of job that you might be looking for, getting you placed in a job, or getting you volunteer services that you can work on your independent skills. And we meet every year at least once to talk about these things and then communicate also throughout the year regarding you and your future. If you are part of your own team, that's amazing too if you can help give that input. Vocational rehabilitation, so that's what we talk about when we say your VR report and your VR counselor. Those are vocational rehab. That's an agency that helps people with disabilities get and keep jobs. A transition passport is something that this unique learning system offers. We haven't really used it yet on the north side of Pathways, but we do give you interest inventories when we work on your comprehensive evaluations and talking about getting a job and that type of volunteer work, and that we take all that into consideration. But that's a collection of items that shows your skills, your interests, and the things you might need help on or the things you might need to work on. A job coach is a person who supports you on a job. So they will often drive you to the job. They will kind of train you and help you at first more often, and then they'll try to fade themselves out a little bit. So they won't always be there with you, but for Pathways, sometimes they're there all the time in the beginning and then fade out, and sometimes they might just be there for short periods of time. And if you're doing really well independently and not really requiring a lot of help from them, then they won't stay as long. But we want to make sure that you are supported and that you have everything you need when you're doing your new job and your new employment. So that's what the job coach is for. They are there to support you and provide you with the help and the communication that you need to do a really good job. The things that we are going to learn from this story, and we will start by reading tomorrow, so today is just an introduction on this new unit, is that people can help you find a job in the community. And sometimes even volunteering can turn into a job, which is awesome because then you've already learned a lot of things and a lot of the skills. Learning good work skills and habits are important because they are going to strengthen your skill set and make you a really good worker, a really good employee that people want to hire and want to pay because they want to keep you there. You can earn money by working at a job. So you might earn a check and have it direct deposited to your bank account, which means you don't ever see it. It's just the money goes in there. Some people might pay you in cash. Some people might give you a check. But working to earn money is awesome because then you're getting money for the time that you're spending there and the work that you're doing. And then you have money to do fun things, to pay for bills, to go out to eat. So what would you do if you had a job or maybe you do now. And what would you like to do with that money? Would you save it so you can buy something really exciting and really big? Or are you going to spend it a little bit at a time so you can kind of treat yourself? Or maybe you have things that you need, or maybe you need to help out your families. But people often get jobs to make money and to help people and to do the things that they love to do. Finding the right job for you can take some time. So we want you not to be discouraged. We don't want you to be sad or upset if the first couple of jobs that you look at don't work out. It's okay. It's going to take some time, and we just all have to work together and remember that it's not always easy, but you have the support people, and if you have the skills and you've been working for a long time and you are willing to listen to what other people say to modify or make changes to how you are working to make yourself better, you're going to come out ahead and you're going to find a job that hopefully that you really enjoy and that you're doing a good job at so the people that are employing you also enjoy having you there. And ultimately, the goal would be for you to have a job where you don't need to have a job coach there the whole time because you're learning those skills and working on your own. So we will continue our unit on employment. I'm pretty excited. We are going to have some people come in and share about their types of jobs and what they like about it and what maybe things they'd want to change about it and how they got into it. But our first story is called Getting a Job by Karen Ligers, and that will start tomorrow. So everyone have a great day.